Okay, have you ever noticed that there are some people who step into a room and everybody respects them, everybody wants to listen to them, and there's some people who step in a room and they're invisible. Nobody's paying attention to them, everybody's on their phone texting. Even whenever somebody's doing a presentation, some people can hold an audience and others just simply cannot, right? Even in your life, there's some people or managers or bosses that you respect more than you do the other. You show more respect to certain people than you do others, and there's a reason for that. So today, if you want to become more respected by the people around you, I'm going to tell you some psychology, like actually proven facts that will make you more respectable. So basically, as humans, we kind of look for high value things, right? Scarcity. The more scarce something is, the more rare it feels, so the more you're going to be drawn to it, okay? So if there's a common phrase that's like, a friend to everybody is a friend to nobody, okay? So if there's somebody who's like constantly being everybody's friend, they're friendly with everybody, if someone does you dirty, they're still nice to the person who did you dirty and all those things, it's hard to respect somebody like that because they're just a hoe. They're just like everybody's girl or everybody's guy, you know? And so it's hard to respect somebody like that because it feels like they're for everybody. And no matter what you do to them too, they're still gonna like you. You know, if you do them dirty, they're still gonna like you because they're everybody's friend. Like if you did them super dirty, if you snap at them and they don't have a backbone, you're not gonna show them any respect because you can do anything to them and they will not care. So the people that are, you know, have a small friend group, who doesn't take any shit, who has a strong backbone, firm in their beliefs, firm in their boundaries, and are very picky with who they surround themselves with, are going to be more respected because people are going to think like, oh wow, like it takes a certain person to be their friend. It takes a certain person to, you know, like please them kind of. And so it will lead to people being like, not like a competition, but it's more like they are now trained to respect you. They are now trained to think like, oh wow, I want to impress this person. I want them to respect me. So in return, they will be respecting you to be respected from you. And another example of this, so I had a boss, a manager, okay, who would just kind of give compliments to anybody, okay? Like even if somebody showed up late, they were like, at least you're showing up and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, but then that makes people not want to show up on time. Like it doesn't matter if you show up on time because if you show up late, you're applauded. If you show up early, you're applauded. If you show up right on time, you're applauded. Like no matter what you do, you're applauded. So it doesn't make you want to fight for anything higher, right? It doesn't make you feel like you need to do more to impress this person. And then I had this other manager who was stricter, but whenever you got a compliment from them, you actually knew you did well, okay? You knew that you impressed them. And so it's the same with people and friends and things like that. Like if somebody is constantly like a yes man and is like always being like, oh yeah, you're good, like if you show up super late to something and they're like, no, you're good, like time is nothing, like I have nothing to do anyway, then you're just gonna show up late. Like there's no, but yeah, like it doesn't make you feel like you need to show up on time. It doesn't make you feel like you need to do anything to impress them. So if somebody shows up late to see you and you're just like, oh yeah, whatever, it's fine, I don't have anything to do, like it's okay if you show up late, like my time is nothing. Do you think you're going to be respected? Absolutely not. If somebody crosses your boundaries that you've already stated are your boundaries and they cross it and you're like, oh, I actually didn't see that, then why are they going to respect you? You do nothing to be respected. Like you are just a doormat that everyone's stomping on. You're like, I love mud, you know? All right, on the other contrary to that, right? Stop demanding respect, okay? Whenever you're like, do you know who I am? Do you know that you're supposed to be respecting me? Do you know who I am? Who this is? Show me some respect. Whenever you're like that, oh, it's hilarious, honestly. It's hysterical to watch. It's like watching someone's ego deflate. And honestly, at that point, you have lost all credibility, all respect, because now you're asking to be respected just because you think you're better than everyone. Like you're not asking to be respected because you're a human being and you deserve respect. You're not, you know, asking to be respected because of the qualities you hold. You're just asking me to be respected. Like, do you know who I am? Do you know who you're talking to? Show some respect. Show some respect. You do not talk to me like that. It just sounds like you're talking above them and like directly to them, you know? And it just doesn't sit well with people, because nobody wants to be talked to like that, because you're disrespecting them into respecting you. And like, psychology wise, that's a huge no. Okay, so I knew this person who, whenever somebody would do them dirty, their first thing that they would always say is, you don't talk to me like that. You don't talk to me like that. Who do you think you are? And if you go into everything with such confrontation, like, that's going to make people, first of all, think you're weird. Like, nobody's going to want to be around that. Second of all, like, it's just going to make people not want to be around you. Like, they're going to either think that they're going to have to walk on eggshells, or they're going to actually disrespect you as jokes. Like, they're going to want the reaction, like the bad reaction like that, because it's going to make you seem like an ego that deflated. And you don't want that. So if you want to be respected, go into it like that you're actually crossing my boundaries. Stay level-headed. You don't need to be like, who the fuck are you? That looks crazy. That looks crazy. As somebody who has seen that multiple times and probably has done that in the past, that looks crazy. The more you push the narrative of, oh, I need to be respected, I respect me, people are going to resist, because people resist being forced into things, okay? So don't push narratives onto people that are too harsh. Another thing is, people love reliability and reputability, okay? If you say that bullying is against your beliefs, okay, and you say that to everybody, but then you watch your coworker get bullied and don't say anything about it, there's an imbalance there. There's not those two things don't align, and people psychologically do not fare well with that. Like, they want stability, okay? People want stability. They want to know that what you're saying and what you're doing are going to align, okay? Because whenever they don't, it's stressful, it's weird, and it just doesn't give good energy. So people want to know that whenever you say something to them, like, oh, like, for example, I knew this person, okay, in the past, who would say, when you tell me something, your secret is safe with me. POV, our secret was never safe with them. like I had to cut them off because I told them something that was not true, and I just wanted to see if it would come back to me. Guess what happened? It came back to me. It always did. Okay, so I was like, oh, it's you who's the snake, and that's not respectable. So if you say a boundary and you say this is your belief, this is your value, and you don't shift away from that, and you stick up for that every time, you are respectable. You seem cool. Everybody's gonna fuck with you because you are saying something and following through with it. If you say, I'm not friends with people who lie to me, and then you have a whole bunch of liars around you, you seem like a liar yourself. You seem crazy. Who is going to respect that? Nobody. So you need to actually have firm values, and you need to know them too, because sometimes people don't know their values and they just say what they think other people are going to be happy with, and then they don't even recognize that they're doing the opposite, because that's not really a value that they like hold, because they don't know themselves well enough. Know your values and know your boundaries, and then don't let anyone cross them, because then whenever you let people cross them, you look crazy. And to go along with that, like, people will want to be like that. They will look up to you. So obviously if people start to look up to you, they'll be like, oh, like, I guess I do really respect her because I want to be like her, or I want to be like him. Whenever people like start to be like, oh, like, I respect her, I want to be like her or him, they start seeing like, oh, respect worthy, you know? The last thing that I'm going to talk about is, don't be the person to fill the silence, okay? If there's silence in a room, let there be silence in the room. Don't be the one to be like, oh, like, da-da-da-da. Like, if you, like, don't be double texting people because somebody's not answering you. If they're not answering you, they're not answering you because they don't respect you, or they just don't think you're worthy of a reply, or they're busy. But don't be texting me like, oh, like, are we gonna go out? Haha, you didn't answer me. Why didn't you answer? Like, what the hell are you doing? Don't do that. That looks stupid. And also, if it's like in real life, or in a real life setting, and there's silence, be okay with the silence. You don't need to be the one that's constantly filling in the silence, because whenever you're uncomfortable with silence and you're going to try to fill the silence, you're more likely to say something that's kind of out of pocket or something that you wouldn't normally share, right? Because you're working overtime to try to fill the silence, right? So for example, if you're talking to like a friend that you feel like you're starting to lose, right? Because if you're watching this video, like if you're trying to get a friend to respect you through this video, you shouldn't have to fight for respect from a friend. This is more like at a workplace or just like in a classroom. This isn't necessarily for friends. I feel like you shouldn't really have to fight or watch YouTube and TikTok things to be respected by your friends, you know? But anyway, but if you're like, I used to do this, okay? So like I would be hanging around people that I felt like that were like starting to like drift away from me, and I was nervous with the silence because I didn't want there to be silence. I wanted them to think that I was entertaining and interesting, right? So I would work overtime and be like spill something that somebody else told me, right? And told me not to tell somebody else. This was a long time ago. This was like in middle school, high school. But anyway, like I would like say something that I wasn't supposed to say because I wanted them to value me. I wanted them to be like, oh, she has gossip, or like I just wanted to seem interesting. Be okay with there being silence, okay? You don't need to be the one overcompensating, because the more and more you like fill silence and gaps and talk, you seem like you're the one desperate for their attention. You seem desperate in that situation. Obviously, if it's a thing that's like you guys are both feeling awkward and you can feel like the awkwardness and stuff, and you're like it's okay to be able to hold a conversation. But if you don't know how to hold a conversation, you're just putting in like awkward like placeholders and stuff, and like trying to fill gaps and saying things that you like later on you're like, fuck, why did I say that? Be okay with there being silence. But yeah, anyways, that is the end of the video. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that this video does help, because I used to be somebody who would be like mortifyingly like disrespected because I didn't respect myself, kind of thing. But yeah, I hope this video helps.